Well, welcome everyone. My name is Katie and I work at the Sacramento Public Library where books are just the beginning. September is Healthy Aging Month and we will be featuring programs throughout the month to help you in improving your overall well-being as you age. We are so excited to offer chair yoga to you and to have local yoga instructor Kirsten Johnson with us today. And we'll get to her in just a moment, but first I wanted to mention a couple of things. First is that if you're having any audio related issues, please exit the program and re-enter. Typically, we find that that fixes the issue, so go ahead and give that a go. Also, today's program is being recorded and will be uploaded to our YouTube channel, which you can find under Sacramento Public Library, and it'll be uploaded within the week, so you can look for it there. And then finally, I'm going to be sending a short survey at the end of the 4-week session. So please keep an eye out for that email and feel free to share your thoughts and feedback. We always appreciate hearing from you. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn things over to Kirsten. So please enjoy, and Kirsten, take it away.
All right. Thank you once again for having me here, Katie, in Sac Public Library for another great offering of virtual yoga. I'm so happy to be here with y'all. Let me make sure that I can see myself on the camera. All right, let's get it off gallery view. Okay. All right. So yeah, Katie, I don't know if I'm pinned to the camera or not, but let me know if you got me pinned up there. I just see the
You are. Yes, I have you pinned.
Okay, cool. Yay. So I welcome you. I'm Kirsten, like Katie said. You can follow me on Instagram at In Her Voices. I'm also the current president of Yoga Moves Us, where we provide free community yoga that's accessible, that's inclusive, and diverse throughout Sacramento. So I have my Yoga Moves Us shirt, and this is one of the offerings that we like to offer. So welcome. This is chair yoga. So chair yoga is a little bit different from maybe what you've experienced, even if you've experienced yoga and you've already been practicing a long time, or you're just coming up and trying out chair yoga for the first time. This is going to be a practice that's going to invite you. I titled or themed this one around grounding and alignment. So that's and breath work. So that's so much part of the yoga practice and a regular yoga practice. So I thought getting and just breaking down that into little, really micro, seeing how that actually feels in your body, feels in your practice, and we'll explore the next 40 minutes or so with that theme of how does it feel to be grounded, how does it be aligned, and to be connected with your breath, because yoga means connection or union. And so that's what I like to offer you during this practice. I won't be talking a lot in the beginning, but I would like you, if you have some additional props, I like to offer that to you. So even though I'm seated in a chair to have my sit bones grounded, I'm a little bit away from the chair because it helps me not to lean back and also to come up into this long, straight spine. I do have a blanket. So if you have a blanket, a towel, or something that you can be seated on, I do find that helpful to have a little bit of cushion for the tush right back here. Yoga blocks or a book or anything that can help support your groundedness, because some of the things that we'll be trying on today may require you to really press down. And if you've got, if your legs are not very, if your legs are your anatomy, it will help you to actually press down through with the additional support of a yoga block. And then one other offering I like for you is a yoga strap or a dog leash. You probably can hear my neighbor's dog. A dog leash, a tie, a belt, anything that can help you have some extension. And then the last thing would be either a blanket, not a blanket, but a bolster or a pillow, just when we enter into the more like restorative phases of the practice today. So with that, let's get started. So like I said, this is going to be a theme of a connection, really breaking down some of the yoga poses that we already, maybe experience in a standing, but just knowing how that resides and how that feels for you. So we'll start with that, with the breath. So I invite you to come to your seat. And for me, my seat requires me to move back and forth just to find the sit bones, to find that point where I'm actually feel even. So you might want to do that all around and move and sway. And you'll know everyone has a different anatomy. My anatomy, one of my hips are actually off centered. And so it takes a little bit me or a little bit more grounding down onto one side. So notice how that feels like for you as you shift back and forth, side to side, and feeling where you feel even in your little pelvic bowl, the bowl of the floor of the pelvis, where you feel even so that you're not either forward or too far back, where you really are pushing grounded down. And the other thing I would like to invite you, and everything's going to be an invitation for you to explore, an invitation for you to try on, just to be curious of how these feel in your body, is to have your feet firmly rooted into the mat. So that's why, or the earth. So that's why I'm a little bit seated on the edge of my chair so that I can actually have this 90-degree angle right here with the knees and the ankles to be in alignment. My knees are a little bit slightly apart so that I can feel my whole entire surface of each foot grounded into the floor. This is where, if that does not work for you, you can have a block to bring that floor up to you, and so that you can have this experience even more. So maybe a block under each foot, keeping this angle right here, finding the alignment that works for you, and then find that alignment back into the hips again, back into your pelvis. Okay, and then from here we'll start to make a connection with the breath, and we'll come into a noticing of how the rest of the alignment comes into with that breath. So once you find that root, once you found the foundation, just take a breath in and blow it all out. Take a few rounds of cleansing breath of just arriving into this moment, to this practice, as you root down through the feet, through the seat, up through the crown. You may start to wiggle out through your shoulders, and then as you take your breath in, feel the breath as it lengthens all the way to the top of your crown, keeping this long spine, keeping all the space in your back of your spine on the breath in. And on the breath out, relax the shoulders. The hands can come either to the lap, palms down, palms up, your choice, but the elbows are relaxed, which allows the shoulders to open up. Keep the length of the breath as you inhale, and the full release as you exhale, softening and letting go. With that softening, notice any areas of tension, of holding. All the time you're expanding and creating length through the spine, up through the crown. Relax the jaw, the shoulders, the elbows, and breathe, knowing that if this is the only thing that you'll do in your practice today, you are doing enough. And we'll come to some awareness as we're grounding with the breath to see how that shows up for you. So we'll start just with breathing in and feeling the breath as it comes in through the lungs. The lungs start to expand, inhale, and contract, exhale. Maybe close down your eyes if that's available and accessible for you and you feel safe. And just experience the breath as you inhale and exhale, in and out, through the nose, the expansion of the lungs, just this first top area of the breath. Notice what you notice. And then we'll continue to explore the breath, allowing it to grow bigger, to grow deeper. Allow the breath on the breath in, to come into the middle part, to the diaphragm. So your diaphragm is going to be the one that's going to be moving up and down with each breath. So the inhale is going to come up as the lungs expand. And exhale, release. Now, did you move your shoulders with that? Did you move your shoulders up when you took that breath in? See if you can relax the shoulders as you just notice the diaphragm move in and out with each breath. There you go. And then finally, we'll invite the breath, the breath to fully come into the belly. So as you're breathing, rooting down through your seat, down through the feet, let the belly expand, open up, get big on the breath in. And you'll feel the lungs expand, the diaphragm open up. There you go. Everything's opened up. And then everything collapses and contracts on the breath out. Big breath in, belly expands, lungs expand. Remember, you're keeping the length of the spine as you root up through the crown. And exhale, release. So during this practice of chair yoga, we'll hold some of the poses, some of the practices a little bit longer than you would normally do in a flow, just so you can find this new experience of how this feels for you. And remember, this is a chair yoga. You're breathing all the time. So notice when you can do this, maybe when you're driving in your car, when you're seated at your desk, when you're watching television, finding this long spine, inhale, all the contraction on the exhale, and release. And take 10 more breaths, just you noticing how that feels for you. Try to create some ease. We're not going to be a robot, not stiff, but some ease, maybe grounding down through the feet, ground through the seat, lift up through the spine. Everything opens up. And then release. Where do you notice a breath? Where do you notice room for more breath and room for more release? This is keeping on your rhythm of your breath. Continue to breathe. Maybe this is a new experience for you to have this big belly breath, and that's okay. Find a breath that you can feel comfortable with, that you can sustain throughout this practice. And we'll start gently, slowly, just by noticing, keeping all this length as you have found with your breath and your spine, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the jaw, relaxing your face. Keep that length as you inhale. And then turn your head and look over to your right shoulder on the exhale. Keep the chin parallel to the horizon. And maybe energetically look over your back shoulder. Notice if the body wants to twist with that, and bring the shoulders back to neutral, just twisting the neck over to that side. I also found this is one more trick. If you have an extra block or extra book, you could put a block on top of your head just to make sure you're lifting and continuing looking up to that crown. If that's a distraction, lose it. Breathe in one more time, reaching, looking over that back shoulder. And then come back through center. Let's take that over to the left. Root down, remember, root down through the feet, down through the seat, up through the crown, breathe in. And then on your exhale, as you relax the shoulders, gaze over your left shoulder. There you go. Let the shoulders come back through central, heart is facing forward, and just the neck, the top half of your spine is turning. Bring some softness, some ease right here. Breathe here. And release. There you go. Come on back through center. And then a little bit more for the neck. Inhale as you root down, rise up, keep the length, and then bring the chin down through, meet the chest. Down toward the chest. Doesn't have to meet there, just down toward. Now notice the back of your spine as you maybe come in and rock back a little bit more as you ground down to your pelvis. All that long length of the spine all the way through the crown, and then start to make some circles. Ear over to one shoulder, back through center, ear over to the other shoulder, like a little smile. And then notice what it happens, or if there's any change. If you bring a little smile, a little bit of lightness to the inside of the muscles around the eyes, muscles around the mouth. You can keep this half ear to ear, or you can, if it's okay, go all the way around, make a full rotation, being careful and noticing any of the snap, crackle, pops in your spine. If anything hurts at all, please, please come and find the most gentle, the most place that you feel safe in your body. Okay. When you're ready, let's leave the ear over to the right. So we're over, the ear's gonna come over to the right shoulder. Take the shoulders up, back, down, and around. So you're opening up through the collar. Bring the right hand up and around, and let the right palm just rest on the top of the head. The middle finger can either come to the tip of the ear or to the inner part of the ear. Open up, let that right elbow go out to the right, and maybe you'll feel and notice where you feel a stretch or lengthening onto the opposite side. Stay here, or you can have the left arm cup up and away, pushing the ground away, one option, or you can wrap that left hand around to the right hip as the elbows come away from each other. Remember, we're not pulling, but we're just allowing space with the breath. Breathe here. One more breath here. Undo all of that. Switch sides. Bring the crown back up. Right hand. And then do that little tick-tock motion for a little bit to just wiggle everything out. There you go. And then let that left ear come over to the left side. Relax the shoulders. There. And bring in, let the left hand come and rest on top of the head. And the right arm can come out or around, opening up to the opposite side. Relax the shoulders and breathe. Notice your spine. Remember, we're still keeping that length in the spine as you inhale and exhale. All right. One more breath here. And then bring it all back to center. Oh, let's shake it on out, shake it on out. I'm a huge component of shaking it all out. Ooh, and resetting. All right, let's lengthen through the side body now. All right, when you're ready, inhale, breathe in, reach up, lengthen through the spine, keeping that long spine. Relax your shoulders down here. Maybe you want to look up here and create this big, long stretch into both of the sides all the way up to your fingertips. When you're ready, take the right hand and just wrap it around the left wrist as a slight little lengthening on that left arm, and then start to hinge over to the right. Oh, so notice if your sit bones wanted to come up, maybe come back up the center, keep them both grounded, and then come on over. There we go. Keeping the neck and the head neutral as you lengthen all through this side body. You can turn the neck back or the head back and forth if that works for you also. Another breath here. And then come on back. Oh, lengthen, lengthen, shimmy, shimmy, shake those shoulders. Ooh, lengthen one more time through the spine. Inhale. And then have the left hand wrap around the right wrist. So lengthen through that arm on the breath in, and then hinge over, relax the shoulders on the breath out. Both sit bones are grounded, especially that right sit bone, so that you can find that length all throughout this side body, from the hip all the way down through the armpit, elbows, out the fingertips. Breathe here. If this is causing any type of shoulder compression, you could just give yourself a hug and lean on over. Remember, that's an option also. One more breath here, and come on back to center. Release the hands and shake them on out. Shake them on out. All right, let's move through a little bit more spinal rotation. Spinal rotation. We're going to breathe our hands up. This time we'll take the right hand and put it on the left knee. The left hand will come on back behind you. You can either grab the back of your chair or the seat of your chair. So here we're creating some length in the spine before we do this gentle twist. As you root down through your feet, down through your seat, lift up through the spine on the breath in, and then exhale, rotate over to that side on the breath out. Use the breath out, the exhale, to give you a little bit more spinal rotation. So on the breath in, you're creating the length. And then on the breath out, you're creating the twist. You can energetically or just turn your neck toward looking over that back shoulder. There you go. Breathe here. And then where do you notice a twist happening in your body? The hips are neutral, but the twist is happening in the middle part of the spine. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. One more breath here. Inhale, bring the arms up and around. And then take it to the opposite side. There you go. Hand on knee, hand on chair, the opposite hand on the back of the chair or the back of the seat. Find the length in your spine as you root down. And then exhale, you twist. Find your twist. And every side is going to have a different story, a different orientation, a different alignment. So finding the alignment that works on this side. You can look over that back shoulder as you relax and open up through the collar. Breathe here. And release with an extra twist. Another full breath here. Full breath out. Oh, inhale. Bring it on back to center. Yes, yes, yes. And wiggle it all out. Okay. Little bit more movement for our spine. Seated cat and cow. So I like to do this with and moving my shoulders through this, or you can do it with a rounding. So we'll experience this first as we inhale, come into our cow. As you slide I'm going to slide my hands back toward my thighs. Elbows are going to come together. Slight arch, spread, relaxing the shoulders, and you may start to lift the chin up, not extending or cranking the neck, but just lifting the chin up. Belly's going to come in toward the center. Breathe here. This is going to be your cow. And then on your exhale, slide the hands forward, tops of the knee, palms to the top of the knees, rounding the back, bringing the chin back to the chest. And this is going to be your cat. With the crown, remember keeping that length of the spine. And then start taking this movement on your own. Breathing in for cow. And out for cat. So you can continue this motion, or you can move it around and breathe in and lengthen through the spine all through that inhale and exhale. Try to create this circular motion of cat and cow, or anything that resembles or feels like lengthening and contraction in your spine. Lengthening on the breath in, contracting on the breath out. If you're making the circles, move it in the opposite direction. Just feel the flow of your breath. Feel the flow of the breath in your spine. Yes, feel it all here. Inhale and exhale. Okay, come on back to center. And then shake it all out. Shake it on out. All right, so I thought we moved through a little seated sun salutation and a couple of movements that are involved with that. So breathing in as we inhale, lifting up through the arms. And then exhale, we're going to take a forward fold. So for my forward fold for this, I like to have my feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Bringing the belly in. So if you have any belly that gets in the way, bringing the belly in as you start to take your forward fold. That length of the spine, will keep that here as you root down, pressing down through the feet, and start to fold forward over the legs. Here's also a great place to have another block on the ground if you have this, or another support on the ground as you press down. And then finally letting the head and neck follow all the way down to the earth. Pressing down through your sit bones, down through the feet, and then letting the gravity just let you fall forward. You may want to shimmy, shimmy, shake your head and neck. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. And then let's let it all go. Let it just go all the way down to the ground. Move right here. One more breath here in. And notice where you can create more length of your spine as you root down and lengthening through the inhale. Maybe on the exhale, you find room to fall a little bit further down into your fold. Breathe it all out. All right, coming back up to the top. So root down through your feet, down through the seat, breathe in, come on up, breathe in all the way back up to the top. And then we'll bring our hands to our heart. Reset. Okay, I'm gonna bring my feet in a little bit back underneath or back into alignment with the hips, or the knees back into alignments with the hips for this next part. And here's where we get to play with our little strap option. So having your strap handy, I like to just put that around my neck for the next part. We're going to root down and we're going to breathe in. You're invited to breathe in as you find your spine. Once again, down to the seat, down to the feet, lengthen up to the spine. Inhale. And then when you're ready, either bringing your right knee up into the body. So notice if you want to lean back with that and see if you can bring this up from your core, lengthening through the spine. Oh yeah, using a little bit of core here now. Give your ankles and toes a little bit of love, twirl them, write a little love note to yourself with your toes. Yeah, there you go. Bringing it up and in, squeezing it all in. Lengthen through your seat, lengthen up through the crown. All right, when you're ready, get that strap, your dog leash, whatever you found at home. We're going to put it around the ball of that right foot. And then start to lengthen, extend that right foot out. Flexing through the toes, the heel is extended out. And notice what you do. So and have a grip on the strap that's not a grip, but you're just holding it, but not forcibly. There you go. Find the length of your spine. And we'll extend this. So normally this would be a hand to toe, but we're doing it strap to toe to hand, lengthening right here. Another breath here, and you can stay here, or you could put that strap, both of them into the right hand. Left hand comes onto the left hip so it can stay grounded. Lengthen through the spine and extend that leg out, only as far as you can keep the spine lengthened. Extending that leg out. There you go. Breathe here. And notice where you notice this stretch. It may be the inner thigh. Wherever you're feeling it, it's okay. Allow some breath to come just right there. Another few more rounds of breath here, seated, extended, out to the side or in front. Inhale. Bringing the strap back through center. Oh, yes. Now we're going to bring and bend this knee and have this foot come on top of the thigh. It does not work for everyone. I tell you, it does not work for me. This does not feel comfortable. So this is where you get to choose. If this is not feeling comfortable for your hip, for any number of reasons, you can cross knee over knee and have this toe rested on top of one of your blocks. Just bringing it out here, hugging the knees into it or each other, and just staying right here. So this is your option here, or having a seated figure 4 option right here. Notice which one works for you. And then come back to noticing, are my sit bones grounded into the mat? Did I lose any length of my spine? How are my shoulders? How are my jaw? Staying upright, or on your next breath out, you can start to hinge forward, fold forward into your pigeon or your version. Letting the elbows come out, encouraging a little bit more opening with each breath. There. Inhale, receive it all in, and exhale, release it, let it go. There we go. Come on back up when you're ready. Taking that knee, uncrossing it, and just wiggle to the seat, wiggle to the seat. Remember, we're all going to come back and find our length on the next side. So when you're ready, coming back through this seated mountain pose, just coming back to that alignment and noticing the breath. So let's go back there once again. Feet are grounded. Find the support of the seat beneath you. Breathing in so that the belly, the diaphragm, the lungs all open up as the crown of the head starts to come toward the ceiling or the sky. And then exhale, keeping all of that length in the spine as you release. Okay, opposite side. We're doing the left side. Got your strap ready? Okay, first let's pick up that knee, remember, from the center. So notice if you want to move back, bring that center up. Oh, there we go. Bringing that knee in and just lift it as high as you can. And you can also take the strap and put it underneath for help and assistance. Give your left toes a little bit of love. Left ankle, left toes, point, flex. Write yourself another little love note with your toes. There you go. Okay, and then when you're ready, go ahead and take the strap, put it around the ball of the left foot, coming back to your long spine and extending out through the heel. Keep the toes relaxed. The grip on the strap, up through the crown. Relax your shoulders. Here we go. Breathe. And then notice where you can feel this lengthening, maybe to the back of the leg, the back of the hamstring, the calves, wherever you're feeling it. Allow a little bit of breath to create a little bit more space with the breath in and a release more of the tension of the breath out. Option to stay here. Put the strap in the left hand. Right hand comes on the right thigh, so we want to keep that grounded. Remember, inhale, and then exhale out to the side. Only go as far as your range can go. This is not a competition with the other side, with anybody else on here. This is just an experience of grounded breath and alignment in the present place that your body is, in this present moment. Yes. Oh, if you have room for it, keep bringing that leg out to the side, or maybe your breath is telling you, oh, you've gone too far, and it's okay to bring it back in. So breathe here, breathe right there. Another full breath here, and then bringing that, bending that left knee. Option to bring that left ankle over the left or the right thigh. That works for some people. Like I said, my anatomy, it doesn't work for. So I'm going to choose this other gentle option of just crossing my knee over knee. Or you can come to a seated figure four or pigeon if you have that mobility in your hip. So remember, this is about you. What do you feel? We don't want to cause any harm. One of the first principles of yoga is do no harm. So find which position or which pose feels like the most safe, the most welcoming in your body here. When you're ready, create that length in the spine, and then exhale. You can start to hinge forward. Whatever choice you made, you can start to hinge forward, walking the hands down the body or opening up the elbows and just laying them gently across the shin, across the knee, if you're in the figure four. Whatever option you've chosen, notice if you've rounded the back and the shoulders, and if you can come back in through being grounded through the seat as you're comfortable. And breathing. Another full breath here. Full release out. Come on back up the center. Uncross the legs, and let's wiggle back out. Okay. The next place that we'll be visiting, actually I want to do this. Let's do our little core. I know I showed this on my Instagram, even though this is not part of the sequence that I'll be sharing with you today, and I'll share it also. But let's do a little core, because just because it was heated, that doesn't mean that we can't have a little challenge. So this is what it will look like. It's called the Cupid Shuffle. I just renamed it core. Find and come a little bit away from the back of your seat so that you lift it up. So the first thing that we'll do, we're gonna come in, and I like to have my hands up here, so I know I'm really using my core and not leaning back. So we got that groundedness. We're gonna pick up our left leg, and we're gonna just tap the toe out to the left and bring it back. Moving from your center. So this is moving from this lower ab belly work. Pick up the right leg, bring up the knee, and then tip it out to the right. Ooh, do you feel that from the center? Remember, lifting up through your crown. The next, we'll be picking up the left leg and kicking it out. Ooh, we've already done that with the strap, but this time we're doing it with our center or core. Bringing that back down. Picking up the right leg, or the other leg, and then extending that leg out also. Ooh, yeah, starting to feel that. The last part of this is we're gonna walk it out. We're gonna just walk it out. Don't let the feet touch, don't let the feet touch, and just walk it out. We'll do that with music. I got music for us. All right, when you're ready, I'm doing it with you. We'll do this. I usually do it 4 times, which is 2 minutes. We'll see how that goes, okay? Let's all take a glass of water. I don't know where my water is, but you're invited to take water at any time. You don't need my permission, but trust me, you may want a little bit of sip. All right, when you're ready, let's take it. Let's do it. Oh, wait a minute. My speaker went off, so let's do this again. To the right, left, to the left, to the left. Now kick, 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 kick. Now walk it, walk it. Right, to the left, to the right, to the right, to the left. Now kick, 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 kick. Now walk it, walk it, walk it, walk it. Okay, that was 30 seconds. That's the first one. All right, we did that. Oh, wait a minute. That's not working out. There we go. Let's take a little breath in between. Take a breath in. Oh, and a breath out. Are you breathing? Are you breathing? Are you breathing? Yes. Great job. Okay, ready to do that again? Let's do it again. When you're ready, come on back up. All right, I'm going to sing it because the music ain't working. I'm trying to do it. Okay, let's do it. On your breath in, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Now kick, 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 and kick, and walk it, walk it, walk it, walk it. Let's do that again. To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right. Now to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Now kick, kick, kick. Ooh, kick. Now walk it, walk it, walk it, walk it, walk it, walk it. Oh, you did it. Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Rest, 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 rest. We're going to do that 2 more times if you are up to it. Take a big breath in. Woo! Big breath out. All right, let's do this. Hands up, knees up. Let's do this. To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Now kick, 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 kick. Now walk it, walk it, walk it, walk it, walk it, walk it. Let's do it. Right. Oh, yes, you got it. You got the rhythm. To the left. Oh, they're doing the 2 steps. Now we're kicking it, coming from our center, from our core, and walk it, walk it, walk it, strong, walk it, walk it, walk it. Oh, that's 3 rounds. 1 more round, and you have successfully done our core for 2 minutes, and it is fun. There's music along. You could do that at a later day. Oh. 1 more breath. We got this all together. 1 more round. Let's go for it. Hands up, knees up. To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Now kick it. Finish strong. Kick it, and walk it, walk it, walk it, walk it. Don't lean back. Walk it, walk it, walk it. Let's do the right. Oh, I'm feeling this. It's burning. It's right. 1 more time to the left, and to the left, and to the left, and to the left. Now we're going to kick it all. Kick it all, kick it all. Walk it, run it, rock it, run it. What you got, there you go. Woo! Give yourself a round of applause. You did that. breathe in. Let it all go. Ah. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We'll tune the music in later. Let's just get into a little bit more movement. All right. Another full breath here. Ah. Full release out. Okay, let's bring in the legs a little bit wider. So we're having a really, really wide stance this time. Feeling the feet grounded. If you like those block options underneath the feet, go ahead and use that. And then with that long spine, start to create a forward fold. So I like to actually slide my hands down my thighs, my hands down my shins, keeping the spine long all the way down. And then bring both hands into the center. A little wide leg forward fold. Let the neck and shoulders just relax. The crown comes toward the earth. And we'll start with a gentle twist here. So as you root down through the seat, root down and keeping the feet grounded. And keeping the feet grounded actually helps keeping the length of the spine. Let your right hand come down to the block or to the floor. And the left hand is going to slide. Slide the hand up the inner left, slide your left hand up the inner arm of the right, across the shoulder, across the collar, open it up. And then you may not have your hand come all the way up to the side, but just allow and feel the gentle rotation of your spine. So it's okay if it comes all out here. It doesn't have to come all the way out here because the sensation is what we're going for is a twist of your spine, opening up through the shoulders, keeping the shoulders in alignment with each other. And then notice if you can create a little bit more length in the spine, extending out through the heart area as you rotate over to the side. Breathe here. One more breath here. Inhale. Come on back to center. Switch sides. Left hand stays down. Right hand goes up. Root it down and then opening up. Let this hand glide up and around so that the collar can start to come into alignment. The shoulders can come into alignment. Feeling this rotation of the spine as the hips stay neutral. And then maybe that hand floats up or maybe it just stays on the side or out to the side. It's okay. Breathe. One more breath here. Come on back down. Okay. Breathe in as you root down. Come on back up to the top. Ah. And then hands come to your heart. All right. We'll next try to experience and come into a little bit of warrior. So this is going to be turning to the side. Let's do this to the right side first. So there's two ways you can do warrior seated. One, and both of them you'll have to come to like the edge of your seat. One is to have your knee right here at the edge of the seat. I like to use a block for that foot and then opening up through this opposite leg. So we'll turn over to the right knee is going to be bent. The foot is going to be grounded. And then the left leg is going to be straight, opening and really engaging the back of the thigh so that you can open up through that left leg straight and then having that left foot come on an angle. So that's one way. Or you can come to the edge of your seat. And if that works better for you, really just sitting on the corner. So I only have my left glute onto the seat and the rest of it is off. So there's two options to come into that. So notice which option that you find more comfortable as you create all the space between the inner thighs. Really engaging through the sit bones and now through both feet. Now, here's where we get the chance to experience what Warrior Two feels like. Taking your hips, leaving the hips neutral and taking the torso and rotating to them towards center. So notice any difference of your normal Warrior Two. Hands on the hips, rotate just the torso towards center. Relax your shoulders. Lift up through the crown once again. Relax the shoulders and then extend the arms out wide. Look over the back hand, see if it's parallel. Look over the front hand, look over its parallel. And then look over the top, the tip top of that middle finger as the crown comes up to the sky. Breathe here. Warrior two, seated warrior two. One more breath here. Yes, and then we'll reverse this warrior. Let the back hand come down to either the shin or the calf. The front hand's gonna come up, opening up to the side body. Relax your shoulders. You can either look down at that back foot or you can look up at the top hand. Opening through the side body. And remember, the legs are gonna stay the same, so you're gonna keep this opening through the inner thigh. Breathe. One more breath here and back around. Let everything come back to center. Wiggle it out, wiggle it out. And let's rotate over to the other side. Finding the block for support. And then finding the option, either seated all the way with one glute onto the seat, or finding that other option where you have the entire thigh of that foot, of that leg onto the seat and the other leg is extended. So depending on your anatomy, what works for you best. And then here, we're gonna lengthen up to the crown. Remember, hands on the hips, rotate just the torso towards center. Relax the shoulders. And then open up warrior two. This may be a different experience of your warrior two, but notice if you do a standing practice, how this will maybe enhance or create a little bit more awareness toward how the top half of the body feels. Extend through the arms, breathe here. One more breath here. Reverse your warrior when you're ready. Open it up. And release. Another full breath here. And back through center. Come on back into your seated mountain. I see we're almost done. I had too much fun with y'all that we didn't even get to do the entire sequence, but I will include it and I'll tag it as I invite Katie to come back. But I'd like to just turn back before we end our chair yoga, just to return back to that breath. So finding your comfortable seat. This time, just come into where your spine can be rested onto the back of the chair. You find your sit bones, you find yourself grounded into the floor, lengthening up through the spine all the way up to the crown. Hands could be either open or palms can be down. And we'll take just 5 rounds of breath together. Remember that full belly breath, where we invite the belly, the diaphragm, and the lungs to inhale. And release on the exhale. Let it all go. Keep your length of your spine. You're not a robot, you're not a statue, but you are lengthening up through the crown, confident, radiant, exalted. Breathe. Fill up all of your space. And then release whatever you're not holding on to, the tension, all the negative energy that you just want to let go. Just release it all. Another few more breaths just like this, knowing that if this is what you got from your practice today, is learning how to be lengthening through your spine, then that is enough. Coming into all of this awareness of who you are, taking up all of your space. And then we'll take in one full breath together as we inhale. Lengthen all of you. Inhale, breathe it all in. Oh, open up the arms. Meet at the top. Exhale, let the hands come back down to the heart. I like to end the practice with, and then giving it into the spirit of Ubuntu, which is I am because we are. Together, individually, as we come into this practice of yoga, this practice of life, this practice of community, I thank you for showing up, for being you, for being grounded, aligned, and aware. Katie, I will hand it over to you, and I'm going to tag the sequence, and maybe we'll get to that other half next week. Oh.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much again for joining us for chair yoga, and a big thank you to Kirsten for another wonderful session. For more information about our health literacy initiatives, ballot box locations, and upcoming virtual programs, just go to www.saclibrary.org. We'll be back next Wednesday, September 15th at 10 a.m. We hope to see you then. So for Kirsten, for myself, and for the Sacramento Public Library, thank you so much and be well.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.